Hi friends, this is Poetry Rev 3 and I'm going to be talking to you about Claudia Rankine Citizen, which was published by Graywolf Press in 2014, and I just got to read it again this week with my Gen Ed literature class, which is a women writers class at Point Loma Nazarene University, and it's focused on Black women writers in the U.S. So we've gotten to read some fantastic work over the course of the semester, and when we discussed Citizen on Monday, I let the students lead the conversation, and they really enjoy a lot of the same things that I do, and they're horrified by a lot of the same things that I am. And one of the things that stood out to us all was the way that Claudia Rankine uses the second person you to invite readers into her experience of the microaggressions that she has encountered with friends throughout her life. She, from school age as a child all the way through job interviews, on planes, going to a therapy appointment, in restaurants. She takes us into these experiences, and it's very invitational because of the way she uses the you, so that people who have experienced those things as well might feel like, oh, this is something that I'm not alone in. People who haven't experienced those things might feel like they're not being accused necessarily or as immediately of perpetrating them, but they're being invited to see what it would feel like to be on the receiving end of those microaggressions. So I'm going to read you an excerpt from page 44. At the end of a brief phone conversation, you tell the manager you are speaking with that you will come by his office to sign the form. When you arrive and announce yourself, he blurts out, "I didn't know you were black." "I didn't mean to say that," he then says. Aloud, you say, "What?" he asks. You didn't mean to say that aloud. Your transaction goes swiftly after that. And when the woman with multiple degrees says, "I didn't know black women could get cancer," instinctively, you take 2 steps back, though all urgency leaves the possibility of any kind of relationship, as you realize nowhere is where you will get from here. So the rest of this book is incredible. It goes through all sorts of things that are personal, and then things that are very public as well. She goes into Serena Williams' story. She talks about some other athletes as well. There's at some point a list of people who have been killed by the police who are black in the United States, and their names gray out as they go down the page as they're disappearing. And it's really powerful and important. So if you haven't picked up this book in the 5 years since it's been published, now is a great time. It is unfortunately still very timely and necessary reading. And if you have picked it up, it's a good time to reread it. So thank you. See you next time.